Namaskar and welcome to Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's begin with the top stories. India's President Draupadi Murmu is in Slovakia on a state visit. President Murmu and Slovak President Pellegrini jointly inaugurated India-Slovak Business Forum on Thursday. Addressing the gathering, President Murmu said this business forum provides excellent opportunity to build synergy, turn business opportunities into mutual partnership. The President witnessed a puppet show based on Ramayana, curated by Slovak artist Lenka Mukova, who is a devotee of Krishna and an admirer of India. US President Donald Trump announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs for all but China. Trump said he was authorizing a universal lowered reciprocal tariff of 10% as negotiations continued. At the same time, he increased tariffs on goods from China to 125%, accusing Beijing of lack of respect. After the US raised tariffs on China 104%, Beijing retaliated, announcing that it will impose a levy of 84% on US imports, up from 34%. Vietnam and the United States agreed to start negotiations on a reciprocal trade agreement hours after Washington delayed, imposing an enormous tariff on the Southeast Asian manufacturing powerhouse. US House of Representatives aimed to move forward on Wednesday on a measure that would extend President Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts, as a handful of hardline Republicans threatened to block a bill they say does not contain enough spending cuts. US President Trump on Wednesday said a potential deal to spin off the US assets of TikTok is still on the table, days after it was put on hold. The deal must be reached by June 19th, the date when the ban would take effect. US President Trump on Wednesday reiterated threat to use military force if Iran does not agree to nuclear deal. Talking to reporters, Trump added that Israel would be the leader of a military option. US has acknowledged Panama's sovereignty over Panama Canal, with US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stating that protecting Panamanian sovereignty from malign influence is crucial. Rescue workers in the Dominican Republic ended the search for survivors of a nightclub roof collapse as the death toll stood at 184 in the Caribbean nation's worst disaster in decades. US and Russian delegations meet in Istanbul on Thursday to discuss the restoration of normal diplomatic operations as tensions remain high following the Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Wednesday next round of Ukraine-US talks over mineral steel may take place next week, would focus on technical aspects and foundations of future agreement. Zelensky also said Ukrainian intelligence had information about 155 Chinese citizens fighting for Russian military against Ukraine. China's foreign ministry dismissed Zelensky's remarks as groundless. It said Ukraine should correctly view China's efforts and constructive role in seeking a political solution to the Ukraine crisis. In South Korea, opposition leader Lee Jae-myung on Thursday declared his bid for June 3rd presidential elections. The former leader of South Korea's ruling People Power Party, Han Dong-hoon, also announced his bid for the presidency. The South Sudan main opposition party, Sudan People's Liberation Movement in opposition, on Wednesday appointed an interim chair as the party's first vice president, Riek Machar, remains under arrest. Controversies reshaping Canada's election landscape as political parties swiftly remove candidates over inflammatory remarks and problematic histories. In the past week, the Liberals and Conservatives have let go at least 7 candidates over offensive remarks or past conduct. Ecuador's presidential campaign concludes with various voters preparing to head to the polls this Sunday. The race between Daniel Noboa and Luisa Gonzalez remain neck and neck. European stock markets soared at the open after the tariff pause. Frankfurt jumped more than 8% in early trading. Paris gained 6.4%, London 6.3%. Asian stocks surged with Seoul, Singapore, Jakarta, Sydney, Saigon, Bangkok climbing between 4 and 6.6%. Tokyo's benchmark Nikkei index ended more than 9% higher on Thursday at 34,609 points. Taiwanese chipmaking giant TSMC reported on Thursday that its first quarter revenue jumped 42%, slightly ahead of market consensus, benefiting from the boom in artificial intelligence. Gold prices extended gains on Thursday. US gold futures were up 1.5% to $3,126.70. Nikhil Rathi will stay in his role as chief executive of Britain's Financial Conduct Authority for a second five-year term, the government announced on Thursday. Volkswagen's first quarter earnings fell far short of market expectations, plunging about 40% as the firm factored in costs for penalties related to missing EU carbon emissions targets. The Japanese operator of Uniqlo said on Thursday that earnings soared 33% in its second quarter and raised its full-year forecast, even after accounting for the impact of US tariffs. Singapore's well-known food scene has been affected by closures in the past year, impacting both low-cost hawker stalls and Michelin star restaurants, which say costs are rising. In Argentina, thousands of retirees and union members protested against President Milei's austerity measures. Retirees expressed their frustration over losing purchasing power and access to essential medications. Tahabur Rana, accused of masterminding the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, has been extradited from the United States and is expected to arrive in India shortly, accompanied by a special team of intelligence and NIA officials. The Indian government has appointed Advocate Narendra Maan as the Special Public Prosecutor for National Investigation Agency in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack. President Draupadi Murmu extended greetings on the auspicious occasion of Mahavir Jayanti. Taking to social media site X, the President wished the fellow citizens, especially the Jain brothers and sisters. Extending greetings on the occasion of Mahavir Jayanti, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said Lord Mahavir's ideal gives strength to countless people all around the world. India is celebrating Mahavir Jayanti on Thursday, a day that marks the birth anniversary of Lord Mahavir, 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh participated in the annual day celebration of Defence Staff Training College in southern India's Wellington on Thursday. Addressing the gathering, Defence Minister Singh said that Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation of the Vision Sagar for stability, prosperity of the Indian Ocean and is also a vision for the global south. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman co-chaired the 13th India-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue with her British counterpart, Chancellor Rachel Reeves, in London on Wednesday. India's Minister of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, has welcomed the decision of US President Donald Trump on giving 90 days relief on tariffs to India. Widening the Operation Brahma in quake-affected Myanmar, the Safety and Demolition Engineers team from India assessed 6 sites in Naypyidaw on Thursday. An orthopedic surgeon from the Indian medical team is assisting treatment of 70 patients at a hospital at the site. The Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry GCCI Annual Trade Expo is being organized from April 10th to 12th. Home Minister Amit Shah virtually attended the expo, while Chief Minister Bhupender Patel inaugurated the event on Thursday. Security forces are searching for 2 to 3 suspected terrorists hiding in the forest of Martha village, located in Udhampur district of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The operation has been ongoing since Wednesday. Flagging off the International Day of Yoga celebrations, India's career diplomat to Shanghai, Pratik Mathur, travelled to Hangzhou to hand over a letter written by Prime Minister Modi to China's foremost yoga and Vedanta scholar, Dr. Wang Zicheng, commending his efforts towards popularizing yoga, Vedanta and Indian cultural traditions in China. The 9th edition of Global Tech Summit will be held in New Delhi from April 10 to 11th under the theme Sambhavana, meaning possibilities. The inaugural session will be addressed by India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Indian and US Armed Forces wrapped up rigorous training phase in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh during the Tri-Service Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Relief Exercise Tiger Triumph 2025. India has withdrawn the transshipment facility extended to Bangladesh effective April 8, 2025. Bangladesh can no longer send shipments to third countries using Indian ports and airports. However, an exception has been made for Nepal and Bhutan. Vizihinam port in Kerala celebrated the maiden Indian port call of MSC Turkey, the world's largest eco-friendly container ship operated by Mediterranean Shipping Company. The Education Ministry, Government of India, has raised the food cost under PM Poshan scheme by 9.50% starting May 1st this year. The scheme provides daily hot meals to 11.20 crore students from preschool to class 8th in over 10 lakh government and aided schools. Under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, 23 surrendered Maoists are being provided homes in Balrampur district in central India's Chhattisgarh. Such government schemes play a key role in ending red terror in the region. On April 10th, India joins the world in celebrating World Homeopathy Day, commemorating the birth anniversary of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, the pioneer of homeopathy. And we're heading for a short break. There's more coming up.
Even small shifts can make a big difference. Whether it's the way we commute, what we eat, or the way we power our lives. What can we do today to ensure a greener and more inclusive tomorrow?
The pollution control starts from the procurement of the fuel. So we go for low sulfur and low ash coal.
First step is towards creating a safe, comfortable and risk-free access trips, which is walking.
There are ways in which you can make journeys smoother, more punctual, more reliable by improving, say, signalling, giving bus priority.
The farmers' organization offers them a standard price. When all the farmers are paid the same, you can really see the impact on their lives.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Let's continue with the stories. Snowfall has hit many provinces in Turkey, blanketing cities in white. Even in April, eastern and northern regions of the country, snow depth has reached up to 20 centimeters. In Turkey's southeastern Anatolia region, dust clouds have been disrupting daily life for days, covering roads and vehicles in a thick layer of dust. Kentucky was underwater on Wednesday, with local streets turning into rivers as a result of spring storm that had affected multiple states across the US since the past week. Moscow has seen almost months' worth snowfall in the last few days, with Russian forecasters noting the return of winter weather to the Russian capital in April is rare. Several parts of India received rainfall on Thursday. In North India's Uttarakhand, vehicles were damaged in Chamoli district, which were obstructed due to overflowing of seasonal river due to rains. Light rainfall brought relief to parts of Lucknow and Kanpur in North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, with the Indian Met Department predicting partly cloudy skies and thundershowers for Thursday. Tragedy struck eastern Indian state of Bihar as lightning strikes in 4 districts killed at least 19 people. Severe weather conditions, including thunderstorms, hailstorms and lightning strikes, have caused widespread devastation. Chandigarh has recorded a higher temperature than last year in the first week of April, with India Met Department predicting a hotter summer this year as compared to previous year. North Indian states of Delhi, Punjab and Haryana are expected to experience temporary relief from the scorching heat wave, with light rainfall and thunderstorms forecast for April 10th and 11th. People's daily lives are affected by rains in Nepal's Kathmandu on Thursday as the rains after months of dry weather. As people in India and around the world celebrate Mahavir Jayanti, devotees took part in a procession in Ranchi, Jharkhand. Italians offered ice cream to Britain's Queen Camilla to help celebrate the 20th anniversary of her wedding to King Charles during a state visit to Italy. An exhibition celebrating jewellery made by prestigious luxury goods company Cartier, including watches and tiaras, is about to open at London's V&A Museum. Making up some of the 350 jewels and objects on display is a flower brooch with a rare pink Williamson diamond that late Queen Elizabeth II commissioned in 1953. NBA superstar LeBron James is the first professional athlete to be immortalized as Ken doll by toy firm Mattel. The LeBron James Ken Ambassador doll marks a milestone in Ken's 65-year history. And the proceeds from the sales of the doll will go towards LeBron James Family Foundation, which provides support to families through education, housing, healthcare, job training in Akron, Ohio. The Kanakale War Mobile Museum has now opened its doors in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In the capital Sarajevo, the museum showcases powerful details about the heroes of the war, the geography of Kanakale, and key turning points of the conflict. In recent years, eastern Turkey's Isha Pasha Palace has become a major attraction for both domestic and international tourists. Television and culture industry is the theme of the first Mekong Forum on Science, Tech, Innovation and Digital Transformation, which has kicked off in Vietnam's Vinh Long. About 250 delegates, experts and managers at the Mekong Forum analyzed digital transformation trends in the television and cultural industry. Lego has inaugurated second largest global factory in Binh Thuong, Vietnam, with an investment of over $1 billion. The popular crime miniseries Adolescence may be getting a sequel, as Plan B Entertainment is in early talks with Netflix and director Philip Barattini for a second season, according to reports. Adolescence has now reached the fourth spot on Netflix's most popular English TV list, climbing from the 9th place just last week. According to reports, the upcoming film Dune Messiah may have new star joining the cast. Actor Robert Pattinson is said to be in talks to play the main villain in the next chapter of Dune series. Actor Harry Melling, known for his role as Dudley Dursley in Harry Potter franchise, is set to star opposite Barry Keoghan and Ripley Keough in the upcoming film Butterfly Jam. The romantic drama television series Colin from Accounts has been renewed for season 3 on Paramount Plus, according to media reports. A host of celebrities, including Kate Hudson, Coleman Domingo, and Keke Palmer, stepped out for the Usual Fashion Trust US event on Tuesday. The event hands out awards to the next generation of American fashion designers in 4 categories: ready-to-wear, jewelry, accessories, and graduate. Actors Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol will soon be immortalized in bronze as Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge becomes the first Indian film to be honored at London scenes in Square Movie Trail in Leicester Square. The statue will mark the start of the 30-year celebrations of DDLJ, one of most loved blockbuster of Hindi films of all time. Singer, composer and actor Himesh Reshammiya is ready to entertain fans once again with his upcoming Cap Mania tour. The tour will begin in Mumbai on May 31st, reach Delhi on July 19th. The shows are expected to be a musical treat for his fans. The National Museum hosted the release and screening of 2 documentary films to showcase rich history of Buddhism and its cultural legacy in India. according to an official statement. Marvin Levy, who handled the public relations for director Steven Spielberg for over decades, has become the only publicist to receive an Oscar, passed away at the age of 96. In sports, Gujarat Titans continue their winning streak in IPL 2025 with a 58-run win over Rajasthan Royals in Ahmedabad on Wednesday night. Rajasthan captain Sanju Samson has been heavily fined for maintaining a slow over rate during their fixture against Gujarat Titans in IPL. In form, Royal Challengers Bengaluru take on Delhi Capitals in the battle for supremacy at the Chinnaswamy Stadium on Thursday. GT Sai Sudarshan top scored with 82 runs off 53 balls, while Jos Butler and Shah Rukh Khan scored 36 each. MS Dhoni added another accolade to his name as he became the first wicketkeeper to take 150 catches in IPL. Now, both the men's and women's cricket events at the LA 2028 Olympics are set to be 6-team competitions as approved by International Olympic Committee. Unseeded Alejandro Tabilo defeated twice champion Novak Djokovic in the second round of Monte Carlo Masters on Wednesday. Indian team opened their account in the Billie Jean King Cup Asia Oceania Group 1 with a 2-1 win against Thailand. The International Olympic Committee announced on Wednesday that compound archery will be making its debut at the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. World number 1 Magnus Carlsen was the only player to record a win in the first game of the Paris Freestyle Chess Grand Slam quarterfinals on Wednesday. Arjun Erigasi played out the draw against Hikaru Nakamura on the opening day of the quarterfinals of Freestyle Chess Grand Slam tournament in Paris. Indian shuttler PV Sindhu cruised to the second round of the Badminton Asia Championship 2025 while Lakshya Sen and HS Pranoy crashed out of the tournament. In football, Barcelona secured an emphatic 4-0 win over Dortmund in the first leg of UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. French club Paris Saint-Germain defeated Aston Villa 3-1 at home in another first leg quarterfinals at the Parc des Princes Stadium. And Inter Miami advanced to the last four stage of the CONCACAF Champions Cup with a 3-1 win against Los Angeles FC. That brings us to the close of this edition of Express News. Namaskar.